So I'm Dawn Foster. We've established that. I'm going to talk today about some things we can learn about building communities from science fiction. I read a lot. I read 73 books last year. Coincidentally enough, I also read exactly 73 the year before. I know this because I'm a wee bit OCD about it, so I keep track. I keep the list on my blog, partly so I can keep track. So the TARDIS, small police box, doesn't look like anything special until you actually open the door. Communities are the same way. Until you actually get inside the community and begin participating, you don't really understand what goes on inside that community. And while the TARDIS is pretty cool, it's not actually about the box. It's about the people, both inside and outside the box. And this is similar for communities. It's not about the leaders. It's about all of the different people who participate in the community. So the time traveler went forward 800,000 years into the future. Humanity's completely changed. His time machine is stolen. And he doesn't understand enough about humanity to make it easy for him to get it back. So it's important in communities to understand first and then participate. You do not want to be the person in the red shirt beaming down on that away mission with Kirk and Spock. If you disappeared out of the community tomorrow, would anyone notice? They will if you're actually participating and contributing in some kind of meaningful way in the community. In Lucifer's hammer, technology is completely destroyed. The people who survive are the ones with the useful skills to rebuild civilization from the ground up. It's important for us to remember that we need to continue to learn new skills and then share them with the rest of the team. So Asimov had his 3 laws of robotics, which governed how robots behave. We have codes of conduct, community guidelines, which govern how people should behave in our communities, and they change and evolve as needed with the project and with the community. Androids, not known for their empathy, so don't act like one. A lot of times when people violate community guidelines, it's because they don't actually think about how their actions impact the other person that they're talking about or talking to, so it's important to recognize that. The Frankenstein creation was not the monster originally that people thought he was based on his hideous monster-like appearance. But it's important, so he became a monster though, and people treated him like one. So it's important to remember that different ideas don't make that person a bad person. So in Down and Out in the Magic Kingdom, your reputation is basically boiled down to a single number called WHUFFIE. In communities, your reputation is your currency. So you need to remember that and recognize it. So this book and the movie were about unchecked population growth. People tend to think that it would be awesome if their community grows super fast, but you're actually better off with incremental growth where you can manage those, keep up with those contributions, and maintain the culture. So in the War of the Worlds, the humans won mainly because they outlasted their attackers. In communities, you actually need to be patient. If one group of people are jumping in on everything and responding to every commit, responding to every mailing list post, it discourages contributions. This is my favorite picture in the whole thing. You have to be really careful with control in community. On the one hand, you need to maintain balance, keep things productive and sane. On the other hand, you have to do that in a way where you're not trying to control everything. So my work as a community manager has allowed me to travel all over the world, which is pretty cool. And because I've worked on open source projects, I've met some really interesting people over the years. But on the other hand, they're not trying to kill me every time I go through the Stargate, so that's pretty cool. Despite the fact that there can be only one immortal left at the end of the gathering, the older immortals still mentor the newer ones to help them succeed. Because we are not immortal, it's very important that we train the next generation and help people fill our place. In Ender's Game, you know the battle school is filled with kids. In our communities, you don't know how old someone is who's participating. There's a really great story in Carl Fogel's book about how they found out that one of their contributors was actually only 13 years old. So Starbuck could kick the butt of anyone in this room. Battlestar Galactica was filled with strong, capable, talented women. We need to encourage more women in our field, get them into our communities, get them speaking at events like this, get them participating. So things will go wrong, but they will likely not be as bad as someone destroying the Earth to build a hyperspatial expressway through our solar system. So keep things in perspective, carry a towel, then you can calmly recover from whatever it is that you're freaking out about at the moment. And when in doubt, the answer is 42. Thank you.